Okay, time to do the rear wheel. So we got a new rim right here. Got our new hub right here. And our spoke set is over here buried. There's our spoke set. So I'm going to count that, make sure it's all complete. If it's not complete, we'll get another set. Spoke goop in my pocket, warming it up. Okay, there's that. So you put these in your pocket, when they're going down like this, stuff will go toward the top. So I got 3 over there, and then I got 3 more on this side. Now one of these is pretty much empty, and so between the 6 we should have enough to do what we need to do. Hopefully. Okay. Towel here. Wipe the dust off of it. It's a late wheel, 81 and up, because it has a small hole in it. If it had the big hole in there, the big 5/8 hole, this little small one, then the 5/8 hole would be the 80 and earlier. Goes back to 36 or to 40. 1940 is the first year of a 16-inch by 3 rim. So 40 to 80, it's 40 years they use the same part from Harley. Not that they make much changes. Okay. So this usually goes on the disc side, non-sprocket side. So it's a sportster, this has a drum brake on it. So the drum would be on the other side. Front wheel's in the center, it doesn't matter. We've got 2 different hubs to choose from here. This one here is the one. This one's from Chrome Specialty, which I bought probably back in 06 or something. This is 24 now, so I've had this for 19 years probably. And then this one here is from Midwest, which I probably had for, yeah, about that long too. Probably at least 8 years. I have a lot of inventory. Now we used to build a lot more wheels back in the day. Now you just buy them complete. Back in the day you didn't have complete ones very often, you had to make them. Alright, so there's our hub. First thing you want to do is make sure the bearing's good in it. There's 2 bearings, so put your finger all the way in to make sure the inner one's good. This one spins and the other one's spinning also. And there's also one on this side, so yep, it feels good also. Okay, now the way you identify a Sportster, one from a big twin, pan head, actually it'd be shovel head because these are late wheels. This is late star, which would be 66 and up, which is shovel, not pan. Is Sportster, these 2 flanges go the same direction. See the flanges here? On the big twin, this one here goes the opposite way. That's how you identify them really quick. There's also, this is a little bit less buildup in here. Sportster has a bearing over here, whereas the big twin one does not. The bearing's in the drum. So the other way is, if you see a bearing on this side here, it's also a Sportster. But the flanges are real quick and easy to tell. So this goes like this when you put together. And just put all the spokes in it. The problem with doing it this way is, it's easier to get the spokes in, but the problem is, the rim needs to be way up here. So there's a height issue. So see how the hub should be centered when you're done, and that means this would have to be way up here. So basically take a 2x4s, put them underneath there, and it brings them up. So, well, that's not quite a 2x4, it's a, this is a real 2x4. Here's a new style 2x4. Okay, put that back up in there again. Okay, so that is too thick. It's going to cause problems, so we're not going to use that. So now you go find me a real 2x4, a modern 2x4. Okay, here's a modern one. Okay, now when you put it on there, the height looks a lot better. See, now the flange is about equal with what you're looking at. So it's centered up now. So that makes it a lot easier. Now, I can put the spokes directly into this side. That's why it's easier doing it this way than have it upside down like this with the wheel on the table. Because now you get the spokes in it to come in from the back side. It's kind of a pain in the butt. So make it easy on yourself. Go the easy way. Now when you put spokes on this one here, you can put this wheel together 4 different ways. It'll work. Now sometimes the rims will dictate that you can't do 4 different ways. The spoke panel will work 4 different ways. Sometimes the rims will keep you only to 1 or 2 ways you can do it. Now the different ways is how you do the spokes. The spokes can go together. The inner spokes can go the same way, or they can go opposite. And they can also it can be staggered either this way or this way, depending on what the rim is. So this particular rim, when you look at your spoke pattern, inside and inside, this right side is leading the left side. So it's hard to see when you got my hands over it, but so you put your 2 fingers over the holes, the inner ones. See, these are your 2 inners. See, the left is leading the right. When you look at this angle, when you look at the other way, it's the other way around. But that makes a difference on what the hook goes. Changes the pattern. Alright, so let's see what we got for spokes. These are stainless steel spokes again, with stainless nipples. So these should look pretty good. Might have a lot of rusting issues. Now, what I want to see is if these are the same looking spokes between the front wheel and the back wheel. So I'm going to wipe these down, make sure they look the same. Then you come up and look at the spokes and see if they look like they have the same basic shininess to them. So, they look about the same to you. Look pretty much about the same to me. They might be 10% darker, but they're pretty damn close. Close enough for me. Sometimes these things vary a little bit on the finish. These spokes are not hand polished, they are acid polished. So they put an acid and the acid eats it away and makes it clean. So, makes it different. I like how the spoke comes pre-bent. That's nice. Not sure why that's going on. Looks to me like somebody was trying to put this wheel together and was fighting it a little bit here. Not sure what's going on with this here. Spokes have been set aside for this bike for probably about 8 years now, so I'm not sure why we got some issues with spokes sitting here. Okay, so we're going to look at the spokes and make sure they're not bent, and they've got 40 of them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And there's 40 of them. That's good because we need 40. Okay, now let's look at these and see if there's any weird looking ones. These all appear to be curved for some reason. I don't know why. I think they're made that way. Some more than others. It's kind of weird. These things are made out, I don't know. It's some kind of a production issue going on there. Yeah, it's got a nice whoopee going in there. Weird. Oh well. You'll straighten that under load. These are nipples. Looks like they match. Which one was the bad one? I forget. They're all bad. There you go. Yeah. This is definitely the bad nipple. Okay, so I'm going to have to take all these folks right now and leave them up. I like doing things in groups of 10. Makes it a little easier to keep track of what's going on. Okay, so we're going to lay them all out on a table like that. Get over here on this side, we can actually see what I'm doing. So these are all laid out on the table. The threads are hanging out over the end. Let's go in this pocket and see what we got over here. So I'm going to take the Girl Lube and try to lube all of these up. So just do them all at once. Ooh, geez. Got a lot of lube in that pile. Yeah. Halfway there, one bottle. Starting to slow down a little bit. Alright, that bottle's getting low. Try another one. Ooh, this one looks nice and dark. Must be full. Not really. Alright. Enough to get the job done. Okay, now I take the spokes and I take my finger around the thread here and run the lube all the way around it, if there's that much there to work with. Yeah, these are jelly on this one. These are way all lubricated. Back over here, put some down here. Alright, good enough. Now one thing I noticed about these spokes compared to those other ones on the front wheel is these threads look like they're shorter. It might be an illusion, but they look shorter. Okay, so that's how you do all that. So let me get cleaned up, I'll be back in a minute.